How's it going, guys? It's Brandon here. Today I wanted to talk about 4 major ways that you can increase your credit score. Let's talk about credit. So what does credit actually do for you? Credit can give you better terms on your loans. It can help you, buy housing. It can help you buy investments, etc. So the higher your credit score, the better terms you're going to get actually on your loans. So there's different levels of credit. So say you're someone who has a credit score of 300 to 579. That would be considered actually fairly poor credit. And then, fair would be like 580 to about 670. And then good would be like 670 to 739. And then where you're going to get your best rates possible is when you have credit scores that are anywhere from 740 to about 800. All right, so now that we know what a credit score is and what level is considered good or bad, let's get into the 4 major ways that you can increase your credit score. All right, so the first tip I wanted to talk about to increase your credit score is going to be something called an authorized user. And a lot of people don't know about this, but what does that mean, being an authorized user? What it means is you can go to someone like, say, your parents or maybe a family member or a friend, and basically if they have a good score, I would say anywhere from 750 to 800, you can actually piggyback off of them and become an authorized user under their account. So what this means is if they have a 770 credit score, you can open up an account under them and piggyback off them. You'll get your own card though, your own credit card with your own name on it. And basically when they go to report, at the end of the year, your credit score could jump anywhere from 70 to sometimes 140 points. But there are downsides to this as well. One of them being that whoever you are opening an account under, that person is going to be liable for your purchases, aka your credit card bill. So if you don't pay it, they're going to be the ones who are going to have to pay it, and they're the ones who'd get hit if that credit card bill doesn't get paid each and every month. So that's something that you want to think about. You have to trust them, they have to trust you, but it's one major way that you can increase your credit score fairly quickly. Number 2, avoid hard pulls. And what do I mean by hard pulls? A hard pull is when someone pulls your credit and looks deeper into it. So for example, when you get an auto loan, when you get a loan for a house, if you're looking to get a new credit card, I've even seen sometimes if you're looking to get internet through AT&T. I actually had a friend who had a hard pull on his account because he applied to get AT&T internet. So avoid those as much as you can. You can have a few sprinkled in throughout the year if you're going to get a car loan and then you get a new credit card, etc. But you do not want to have a ton of hard pulls on your account ever, especially 6 months before you're actually going to get some sort of loan, because hard pulls stay on your account for a little while, but usually you're safe if you're anywhere from 6 months to a year out. Those hard pulls will dissolve eventually, but you do not want to have a ton of those before you get a loan, because obviously your score is going to be lower, about 20-30 points lower than if you didn't have any hard pulls on your account. So the third tip is going to be have a low utilization rate. And what I mean by low utilization rate is, say you have a monthly credit amount of $5,000 a month. You don't want to use and max out that $5,000 a month credit limit. You look basically just more of a risk to your credit card company, bank, etc. So going back to the $5,000 a month credit limit, if you have something like that, you want to use anywhere from 8 to 10% of that actual utilization rate that you have. So for example, if you had the $10,000 a month, just to make the numbers easy and round, if you had $10,000 a month credit limit, you'd want to use charge anywhere between $800 and $1,000 per month on that card to really jack up your score for the short term. And many of you are probably thinking, well, how can I only spend $800 or $1,000 a month on my credit card when I have, groceries and a car payment and things that come up and this and that? The thing is, you don't have to have one credit card. I'm not saying go out and get, 4 or 5 different credit cards. But it doesn't hurt to have 2 different credit cards. You can split up, your purchases, maybe $800 a month on this card and $1,000 or $1,200 a month on another card, so that on both cards you have a low utilization rate and therefore your credit's going to go up. The last tip I wanted to talk about to help you increase your credit score is something that's more of a long-term play, but it's something that might be obvious to others and might not be obvious to other people. And that's going to be paying off your credit card balance every single month. So what that means is if you charge $1,400 on your credit card bill this month, you better pay off that $1,400 when it comes time for your bill to be due. One of the worst things that you can do is charge, any amount of money on your credit card and basically defer that for months and months and months until you have the money to actually start paying it off. And at minimum, you should at least be paying the minimum monthly payments. But by paying the minimum monthly payments, you're not actually going to increase your credit score that much. It's actually just going to sort of level around and kind of stay the same. So pay off your credit card bill every single month. That's a big one. All right, guys, so we talked about 4 different ways, completely different ways to increase your credit score. Some of them more of a long-term play and some of them more in the short term. And let's just go over those 4 again. So the first one was become an authorized user, and make sure that the person you're becoming an authorized user under has a credit score anywhere from 750 to 800. The second thing is going to be avoid hard pulls at all costs if you can. So these are things like people looking into your credit a little bit more, such as pulling a hard pull for like a loan for a car, for a new credit card, a house, etc. The third was have a low utilization rate. So if you have a $10,000 a month credit limit, try to only use anywhere between 8 and 12% or 8 and 10% on that credit card. And again, you can open up another credit card and do the same thing, and it will boost your credit if you actually do need to use more than that 8 to 10%. And the last one was basically just paying off your monthly payment every single month. Do not keep a balance on there. Do not pay off the minimum amount of payment every single month. You're trying to jack up your credit score as fast as possible, so pay off your credit card each and every month. Okay guys, well I really hope you enjoyed these 4 tips and that they will help you increase your credit score. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It will mean a lot, and I will see you guys in the next video.